I think we've got a few leaders in the African setting. In the Nigerian, using Nigeria as a case study, we have a few leaders because you can always find the example of good and bad in every society. So there is no one given society that is a repository of everything that is bad or a repository of everything that is good. You can always find an example of good and bad leadership everywhere in the world. But in the African setting, in the Nigerian setting, I think that we've got to improve on our leadership. I don't want to condemn the system. I don't want to condemn it. But what I'm going to have to say is that we need to improve in our leadership on the way that things are being done, especially the structure, because it seems that between the rulers, or as it were, the leaders as it were, and the masses, the followers, there is so much gap. So the people are not being taken along. They are not being included in the whole leadership act of Nigeria as a case study. So I think there are ways we need to improve. We need to improve on our leadership, on our political leadership in Nigeria in such a way that it will be a corporate leadership. I call it corporate leadership, a kind of leadership structure, a kind of leadership system in which every individual person have got a role to play. And the government has to structure it, have to design the structure in order to incorporate every single members of its citizenry in the overall leadership performance of the country. So there is therefore the gap. There's certainly the gap between the so-called lead, and the so-called leaders. So which does not supposed to be. So everybody has to be part of it. So like I said, we have to improve on our leadership, on the way that the management of things, the human capital development, and the management of the resources in general are being done. We certainly need to improve on it and make it a lot more inclusive and a corporate leadership. Like, for example, I would like to, first of all, make an illustration. The universe which we are part of was designed to operate and governed by certain laws and principles. So the continuous existence of it is relied and dependent upon those laws and principles that guides the universe. The same is with leadership. The same is with leadership. The leadership success and the leadership effectiveness is definitely based and rely upon the fundamental values, fundamental core values that we people would like to sometimes refer to as attributes. Those fundamental values, the maintenance of those fundamental values determines the successes and the effectiveness of our leadership endeavor. And those fundamental values or attributes will include being visionary. Being visionary. A leader must be someone with a keen sense of direction. With a keen sense of direction. I think this is where we have to talk about the African leaders or the leadership in Nigeria, for example. Most of the people who are at the position of the helm of affairs, who are the position to make some very national decision that can affect the whole performance and the direction of the whole country, as it were, to me, are kind of deficient in the area of being visionary. Because when you have a vision, you have a keen sense of direction. And also with that, you are able to exploit what the necessary things and means that we actually require to make it all happen, to bring about the foreseen or preconceived goal. So being visionary, having a vision, and I mean having a sense of direction is a fundamental leadership element or value or an attribute which is very, very important. In fact, without having a vision, leadership does not exist. What you have left is rulership.